Alex Rowley.
Thanks, Presiding Officer. To ask the Scottish Government how many contracts for the manufacture of renewable technologies have been awarded to Scottish-based companies in the last 5 years, and what is the total value of these?
Minister Paul Wheelhouse.
The information which relates to commercial discussions between developers, Tier 1 contractors and the wide supply chain is not collected centrally by either the Scottish or UK Government, and difficulties remain in the use of standard industrial classification codes for estimation of employment impacts. However, there is increasing published evidence concerning the scale and value of renewable energy development to Scotland's economy. That comes in the form of economic impact studies capturing manufacturing activity and jobs, but also in relation to operation and maintenance, research and innovation, and environmental and other services. The Office of National Statistics have produced estimates of low-carbon and renewable energy sector jobs, with some detailed breakdown by technologies. However, these details require ongoing refinement.
Alex Rowley.
I thank the Minister for that answer. Is he aware that in the 1970s, the Offshore Supplies Office was established with the objective of securing 70% of North Sea supply chain for UK companies? Hundreds of companies provided thousands of jobs as a result. When it comes to renewables, I note the recent comments from the former Energy Minister Brian Wilson, where he said, and I quote, "As the windiest country in Europe, we should be angry and embarrassed that every single turbine around us has been imported." Can I ask the Minister, when are you going to bring forward a manufacturing strategy for Scotland? When is this government going to accept that if we're to get the economic benefits and the jobs from the renewable sector, we need the state to play a role? We need a government that will stand up for Scotland, and a government that will bring jobs to Scotland.
Minister.
Thank you, Presiding Officer. The two things I would want to start with are first, when Richard Leonard, Mr Rowley's party leader, was standing outside BIFAB taking selfies, it was this government that was actually helping save the business. And a little bit of recognition by Mr Rowley of the efforts that have been made by this government to support the supply chain in offshore wind would be welcome. The other thing I would like to say in relation to Mr Rowley's question is in regards to Mr Wilson, who I have respect for as a former minister. However, Mr Wilson predicted the death knell of the offshore wind industry in recent years, and he obviously was not aware of the pipeline of work which is coming forward. We now have 4 gigawatts worth of offshore wind consented in Scotland, and we are currently seeing 1.4 gigawatts of offshore wind projects under construction in Scotland, in addition to the 588 megawatt Beatrice field, which is being developed in the Murray Firth at this moment. This government takes the needs of the supply chain very seriously. Before the UK Government established the Offshore Wind Industry Council, we established the Offshore Wind Industry Group, and we have a detailed supply chain working group, which I would be happy to share details of with Mr Rowley, which works very closely with industry to maximise the supply chain benefits for the Scottish economy. And I'm happy to meet Mr Rowley any time to discuss our work in that respect.